Well, what do we have here? No surprise at all. I spoke about John Phipps, who went by the username on X @MagicTechDad, and how he made violent criminal threats against gamers, including me personally. I also talked about how he posted saying that he was leaving X because he didn't like what it did to him, and he didn't like how angry it made him. He said he was leaving permanently, and that he would delete all of his tweets. So I did a second video, wishing him well. I did not monetize the video, and I communicated none of the doubt that I had in my mind. I simply took him at his word, gave him the benefit of a doubt, and wished him well. Well, guess what? Return of the John. John.
Now hit me in the face and see what happens, punk!
Yes, that's right. John Phipps is back. It was barely a week, I believe 7 or 8 days, when somebody notified me that he had changed his main account @MagicTechDad to @MoogleMogul and changed the user handle or name from buy with an exclamation point to SDGC, a reference to his gaming group. He then changed his alternate account, GameDadJP, to @MagicTechDad, reflecting the original handle of his first primary account. The total number of posts on the original MagicTechDad account, now @MoogleMogul, has been steadily decreasing, which seems to indicate that he's manually deleting these tweets, because he should be smart enough to know that if he wanted to purge the entire account, it's really easy. There are automated tools for doing that. There are scripts for doing that. They're easy to find with a simple Google search. And on his other account, now renamed @MagicTechDad, he appears to be posting quite a bit. The post count on that account is going up at a steady pace, which seems to reflect posting. Now, why don't I know whether or not he's posting and what he's posting? Well, both accounts are still, as of the release of this video, in protected mode. In case you don't know, if you put account in protected mode on X, nobody can see what you post unless you approve them as a follower. I'm not approved as a follower, so I can't see what he's posting.
Why is this important? Is this just silly internet drama? Well, sort of, but not really.
Because John Phipps, now known as @MoogleMogul and now known as @MagicTechDad on X, is a violent criminal harasser. He has on multiple occasions, both on X and in video with his voice and face, threatened to assault gamers. He's threatened gamers in general, saying that if he encounters them in person, he will curb stomp them and put them through a table.
Swear to fucking God, dude. I swear to fucking God. If I ever meet any one of you motherfuckers in public,
Say it, big man. Say it, big.
You're getting curb stomped. I'll put you through a table.
Curb stomped. I'll put you through a table.
Like, this is garbage, dude. What the wrong with you?
That's likely to cause such serious bodily injury as to equate to a felony. And he's made violent, specific threats at individuals, including me. And having said that, let's go to our guest co-host, Wolf, to see what he thinks of the whole situation.
I think it's dumb and he should quit doing it.
So, this is important for you to know, because if you're a content creator, if you're known on X and on YouTube, and you show up at any of these gaming conventions and events, he may very well be there. He has said he's gone to several before. I know he went to one in Seattle recently. He mentioned it before I got blocked. So if you ever encounter John Phipps, it'd be good to know what he looks like and to avoid him, because getting into a street fight with somebody is never a good idea. Even if you win, you still lose. Not only are you likely injured, but then you have to deal with the criminal fallout when you likely get charged, whether it's your fault or not. Police tend to just want to charge everybody, or at least the person who won the fight. They tend to interpret whoever won the fight as the aggressor and charge them with the crime. If by any chance you encounter John Phipps and he makes threats towards you or attempts to assault you, Try to get away if you can, but if you have to, defend yourself with all necessary and legal force to stop the assault. Then, at your earliest convenience, report it to the local police authorities. Why do I seem to be taking this so seriously? Well, I'll tell you why. John Phipps works out, so he's not a small guy by any means. He's posted pictures of himself, and he's developed quite a bit of muscle. I don't know if it's as much muscle as me. I mean, maybe his arms are a little bigger than mine. I work out myself a little bit. But John Phipps is a big enough guy to do serious bodily injury to a man with just his fists and hands. And he has a serious, obvious anger problem. I say this not as a professional, but based on everything I've observed, because he just flies off into fits of rage, screaming and yelling about how he's going to assault people. And then he types furiously on Twitter, X, nonstop, constantly, over and over again. Dozens and dozens of tweets an hour, many of which contain references to committing violence or direct violent threats to specific individuals. John Phipps is a danger to gamers. He's also an anti-gamer, and of course, not surprisingly, he's woke. He didn't used to be woke. There was, as of a couple days ago, still some content on his former X, that @GameDadJP account that's now renamed @MagitechDad. There was some former content on there, some posts that indicated he was making fun of woke people before. And he's now said he's reformed and he's learned so much, and now he's woke. He's no longer anti-woke, he's woke. Well, obviously he figured out that if he wants to get popular in gaming circles, you have to go woke to get in with the in crowd, with people like Alyssa Mercante, a woman who's made her own violent threats to gamers and declined several offers on legally valid regulation boxing fights put forward by several women. I know Vera did it, and there's another woman that put forth a public declaration that they would challenge Alyssa Mercante, and she declined. Also, you can watch my video where I expose John and his henchmen for pretending that I offered him a boxing match and then later declined. All of that has been debunked. Watch the video in the description below. So again, just be aware, these guys, they know they have a problem. John posted saying he had a problem, that he needed to get away from Twitter, which is now X. For some reason, the wokies refused to call it X, I guess because Elon Musk calls it that. It's X now. He's changed the name. Companies change names. It happens all the time. It's X now. That's what it is. I don't like it that much. I mean, X is kind of a stupid name, but you know what? It saves you, 5 or 6 characters over Twitter? I didn't do the math in my head yet. So when you're typing away, it's so much shorter and easier to type X than it is Twitter, and you save those characters so you can say some other nasty words to people instead. So just be aware. Return of the John. He's out there, and he may unprotect his account at any time and start throwing out violent threats towards you and me again real soon. Wouldn't surprise me if he did, because this guy has a serious anger problem, he has a social media addiction, and no matter how hard he tries, even after confessing to the whole world he has a problem and he's going to quit, 8 days later, he's back. Poor John. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, but don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tap that notification bell icon. And consider joining the channel. It's as cheap as $1.99, and you get to enjoy all these special perks. Click join now. And a huge thank you and shout out to Super Real Gamer Drunken Dwarf and Real Gamer Cornelius Noland. And as always, my friends, for Fox's sake, stay real, keep playing, and never forget, yesterday's tomorrow is today's today.
Thing sucks!
Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake!